So this is a special time. It's special because it's the first time that we've come together with just the strategic business leaders. And because of that, this is going to be a very different convergence. Different because it's all about strategy. We are standing in front of a very large window of opportunity. Together, we're in a very strong position. And together, we need to make some strategic decisions and commit to strategic actions to take advantage of these opportunities. So, this is not going to be a sales conference, although obviously we're going to talk about sales. And it's also not going to be a product show, although we will talk a lot about technology. But more than anything, this is a strategy forum. One that you have every 3 to 5 years. So like I said, it's a special time. And that's why we're here. But we'll get to that in a minute. First, I want to take a look back. I want to look at some of the things that have gotten us to this point. So the first time I spoke to you at one of these meetings was back in 2012. And that was Ricoh's 50th anniversary in the United States. And on that day, we talked about where Ricoh came from. That Ricoh started in the US with dealers. I talked about some of the dealers I went to see prior to that meeting. I went down to Baltimore to see Alan and Lois Elkin from Advanced Business Systems. I met with their son Jeff. He was just taking over running the business and he was thinking about what he needed to do to reinvent his company. Well, things have progressed since then. Jeff is now the chairman of our National Dealer Council. Advance is one of our pilot dealers on SI Cloud. And Jeff has been a contributor to the Dealer Succession Planning Initiative that we're launching tomorrow. And really what that's all about is helping him plan to maintain the Elkin legacy. And speaking of legacy, in that same speech, I talked about going to see Jerry Mathwood of Metro Sales in Minneapolis. Now at that time, Jerry and I discussed the first time we had met, believe it or not, back in 1985. And I told him a quote from a book called Marketing Warfare. Jerry's a big reader. So when I got back home, I sent the book to him. And you know, he never forgot it. And to this day, he brings it up. And he reminds me of things in the book. Well, last month, Jerry announced that he would be celebrating Metro's 50th year in business by transitioning ownership of the company to their 300 employees as part of an ESOP. How cool is that? Now, Metro Sales has been the largest dedicated Ricoh dealer for years. And Jerry's been an absolutely amazing, amazing partner since 1982. So at this time, I'd like to present an award that we have never presented before. It's my pleasure to present Metro Sales with the first ever Ricoh Lifetime Achievement Award for Outstanding Partner. This is, right? Well, you know, Jerry. The recognition is for decades of mutual trust and respect for the Ricoh dealer partnership. Now, although Jerry could not be here tonight, he did prepare some comments that he wanted you to hear. Why don't you listen?
Thank you very much for the award that you're giving Metro Sales. Ricoh has been a great partner for Metro Sales. Our mutual success has been based on our ability to depend on each other to take care of our customers. Metro Sales continues to be an extremely profitable company. That is mainly because our people have been able to grow and gain the trust of our customers that we and Ricoh have been a part of. It's been quite a trip for a high school dropout. I sold the company to our employees because they are the ones that establish that trust with our customers. The other reason is to make sure that our customers maintain that trust in Metro Sales. I know Ricoh will continue to support us in the years ahead. You know, I'm going to have some trouble figuring out what to do with the money. We will display this award with lots of pride. I'm going to get a lot more productivity out of these people in the future because they are now partners, and the heat's going to go up a little. On behalf of all of us at Metro Sales, thank you for a great partnership and this special recognition. I don't believe I ever got where I'm at, by the way, and it's been fabulous. Also, now that I've sold the company, I can send you back your book. It's been a big challenge for me. That's why I don't have any hair.
He's the best, isn't he? I'm not getting that book back, I know that. But accepting the award for Metro Sales is Dale Johnson. Dale, you come up? So, on that same trip I was talking about, I also went to see Applied Imaging up in Michigan. John Lowry was conducting a sales meeting, and he told me he was going to be handing out checks, bonus checks. So, what we ended up finding out is there were no checks. John rented this giant bank vault, put it in his warehouse, and he handed the cash out as people went into the vault. And what I remember most about that is the energy and the excitement of the people that day. You know, it's those kind of things that has helped his organization achieve a major milestone this past September. Applied Imaging surpassed the $100 million mark in annual sales, closing the year at $102 million. Where's John Lowry? John, please, stand up. John's sons, Casey and Kyle, are an important part of that team also, and they will also be in the succession planning program. Now, those are just 3 of the shout-outs that I gave back in 2012. Do you remember what your dealership was like just 7 short years ago? Now, every one of you have accomplished so much since then. Well, at that meeting, Ricoh put a stake in the ground. So here's me trying to pound home my point. We're committed to take our relationship to a new level. We realize we need to earn your trust and collaboration, not by what we say, but by what we do. Our goal is simple. We want to be the #1 manufacturer provider in the industry with the #1 dealer organization in the industry. Now, we're not kidding ourselves. We realize we have work to do. Oof, that look on my face is pretty serious. And I probably sound a little desperate trying to get my point across. But I think one thing is clear. Ricoh is absolutely committed to the dealer business. And since that time, thanks to you, the dealer business has grown significantly. So how important is the dealer business to Ricoh? Well, you've seen versions of this next chart over the past few years. It's the percent of Ricoh units that are placed by dealer versus our Ricoh Direct organization. Not too long ago, that ratio was a little over 30%. Well, it has grown consistently every single year. And in FY19, dealer now accounts for 48% of Ricoh's unit sales. And I'll tell you what, if you look at just the IM series, the B2C product line, dealer is over 50%. That's amazing. Please, give yourselves a... And Ricoh has responded to that by expanding our commitment to your business. In 2017, we changed our go-to-market strategy, and we established dealers as our primary channel for growing the critical SMB segment. We also increased our investments, and we expanded the support and the resources available to you in the area of solutions and services. Now, Joji continues to emphasize that he really doesn't care if we're supporting Ricoh Direct or an RFG dealer, not when it comes to providing access to Ricoh's resources. And you'll hear more about that from Dennis Dispenzeri tomorrow, and really in the breakout sessions throughout the week. So again, our commitment was to be the #1 manufacturer provider in the industry. So where are we with that? Well, this may sound a little odd, but in some ways, we don't see ourselves as just your manufacturer provider. That's more associated with unit market share and keeping factories pumping. What we really are is the distribution arm of the manufacturer. But we're not kidding ourselves. Placements are still very important. But more of the focus is on increasing and expanding customers, going wider and deeper with every customer in ways that we were only starting to think about 7 years ago. The MFP is now becoming more of a platform and a bridge to the cloud. So you could say that we actually see ourselves more as a solutions integrator, working with you to incorporate the print device with the solution or the service that adds value. And we do that because we're committed to be the #1 dealer partner of customer value. And that commitment is all about your growth. So what will it take for you to grow profitably in the years ahead? That's the question we had when we started to plan this meeting. So when we started to plan the meeting, first thing we did, as we always do, we looked at the survey that you responded to after convergence 2018. And by every account, it was our best event ever. You and your salespeople loved the seminars that year, rating them 23% higher than any previous convergence. Next thing we did is we talked to the dealer council, got a lot of good information from them. Then we did a survey early in the year, and we reviewed those responses and those comments. Primarily, you want to know where the business is going. Specifically, what is Ricoh's vision? Then the final thing we did, we also had to consider what are competitors doing and what's going on in the market, and most important, or most important to us, is what's most important to your customers. So what became very clear is that despite the success of the past, we all need to change. So to get the most out of your time and the effort you're going to put in at this event, we needed to take things to another level, to a strategic level. Now, you've all been to events like this before, and you hear a lot of pontificating, right? You're told to change for the sake of change. Stop slinging boxes, provide solutions, but nobody tells you specifically why, and nobody tells you how. convergence 2019 is about collaborating for customer value. We're going to discuss the specific drivers of why we need to change, exactly what we need to do together, and most important, how we're going to work together. How we're going to work together to deliver true customer value that separates you from your competition. Now, if you think about it, Ricoh is a unique partner to help you get that done. We have a very large direct business, right? Sometimes you give us a hard time about that. But if you think about it, we have a tremendous amount of experience with enterprise-level customers. And that has caused us to make significant investments to deliver the solutions that those type of customers require. Enterprise customers are heavily invested in cloud-based workflows around their Ricoh products. But you know what? According to Gartner, cloud solutions have only reached 15 to 20% of SMB customers. And in the next 3 to 5 years, the SMB market is going to adopt cloud technology in a very big way. So what does that mean to you? It means opportunity. It also means that by working together with Ricoh, you can leverage Ricoh's customer knowledge, Ricoh's resources, and most of all, Ricoh's support. It means you have a unique competitive advantage to provide added value to all your customers. So now that you know the background, let's get to what you could expect over the next few days. You can certainly expect to see a lot of things different from what you've experienced in the past. For one, look around you. Everyone here is either a dealer principal or a key executive, someone that's responsible for making strategic decisions for your business. There are no frontline salespeople, and as such, there are no sales seminars. Instead of that, we have executive-level breakout sessions. The 10 breakout session topics were carefully chosen. We started with a broad list of very high, what we consider very high impact opportunities and challenges that you as a business leader face every day. The subjects range from the succession plan of your dealership to dominating the critical SMB market segment to the transformation, the sales transformation, the service transformation of your workforce, to creating the new annuity in the new subscription-based economy. And these are not concepts. These are topics with specific takeaways that you could put into action when you get home this week. These are things that dealers are going to get real excited about. For example, Ricoh SI Cloud. Now, Steve Berger visited Stratix, our dedicated dealer in Wyomissing, Pennsylvania. He met with their head of sales, Tim Cunningham. And Tim is extremely excited over the opportunities of the cloud solution. And Tim's not an easy guy to get excited. And that's Greg Conroy that took that picture. Greg actually used to be Tim's friend until he sent us that picture. But there's another change you're going to see. When you go to the Dealer Experience Center, you're not going to see as much product as you have in the past. What you're going to see are 3 different business growth neighborhoods. And each of these neighborhoods are tied to breakout sessions where we're going to discuss what needs to be done and how we need to do it. We've packaged the takeaways from each breakout into actionable programs. And we're expecting you to enroll in the specific programs that make sense for your dealership and/or schedule follow-up meetings with our field teams. Because at that point, the follow-up at your dealership is really what brings it all to life. That's where we establish who is responsible for customer delivery and when it's going to get done. Because we all know, no matter what the strategy is, it always comes down to what we can execute together at your dealership. So it all starts with you. This week is about you and your leadership team. We have put together a great program, and we have a lot to talk about. We need your participation. We need your engagement. Okay? Well, another change to the meeting this year is your Master of Ceremonies. Since we're putting so much more attention on dealer marketing this year, and maybe you're getting a little tired of hearing from me. So our MC this year is the person in charge of our dealer channel marketing and Marcom. And quite frankly, one of the best minds at Ricoh. Please welcome Vice President of Channel Marketing for Ricoh US, Suzanne Pear.